Good evening. Happy Sunday. Hope you had a great weekend. This is the evening edition, as I didn't get to it later today. I've got other things going on. My daily Facebook Live broadcast. My name is Barry Selby. This is Messages from the Masculine, number 164, to inspire the feminine heart. I'm a best-selling author, speaker, and relationship attraction expert. I help strong, successful women find balance in love, life, and business. I'm also a passionate champion of the divine feminine. And today's talk is basically a reminder. It's kind of the fact that so many people, and maybe it's because it's LA and everyone's so perfect looking, that they pretend to be, let's say this, they pretend to be perfect. And it's guaranteed to blow up in their face. There are so many people out there, and I did the same thing myself when I was a lot younger. I've sort of matured beyond that now. But so many people when they're younger spend their early dating times with a relationship, like the first 4 or 5 dates, making sure everything's perfect. And I don't mean the sense of making the date look go great, but they're trying to make themselves look like pretending to be somebody they're not. Let's put it that way. I'm trying to avoid putting a phrasing it, but the reality is for many people, the idea of being in a relationship is one where you've got to start with everything perfect, and then you can pretend as time goes by, or should I say relax as time goes by and become more natural. As if you're letting your partner down gently to find out the truth. Why bother? As in, why bother pretending up front? Unless you're thinking that the only way to convince them to go out with you is to pretend to be something you're not, until eventually they fall in love with you, and you can then drop the whole pretense and be natural. Which is manipulation, which is falsehood, which is lying. But you do it anyway. If you really want an amazing relationship, why do you have to pretend to be something you're not to get it? This is something that people do. I mean, I've watched them do it in front of me. And I used to do it myself, so I can definitely relate to it and have this resonance of that experience. It's not smart. And it's actually not healthy. But I know we've been portrayed to put everything together. So you dress up perfect and everything is great. You don't let your belly hang out. You don't order dessert, or you don't all the things you don't do because you want to give them the best impression. And then in 5 dates, or if you've had sex, or after you've been together 6 months, you can let that all relax and you let your belly hang out, and you can order dessert and all those things that you didn't do at the beginning because you wanted to convince them that you were perfect or better than you really are. What a waste of energy, to be blunt. Now, I'm not saying that, again, you show up to date like a slob and you don't take care of yourself in your dating life and that sort of thing. But at the same time, be honest, be real, be willing to be transparent. And I talked about this last week, I think, about we need more transparency and authenticity. Well, if you want to be transparent and authentic, that means from date one, from the very first date, your intentions, I recommend, come from a place of authenticity. And so you're transparent in your expression, your truth. There was a comment, sidebar slightly, but in the same theme. I shared yesterday about respect. And in fact, I recommend you watch that one. There's some deep stuff I shared in that one, including my personal journey. I also mentioned about how some of the guys I know at my spiritual center tend to objectify women. I used to be part of that circle, so I know, and I don't do that. I choose not to do that now. However, what I realized is that there's a gap somewhere, because men aren't willing to be honest with women. They'll be honest behind their back by objectifying them in a strange sort of way, but they're not being honest. And what I said to one of them was, for me, what I'm really getting clear is that when I see one who's attractive, I would say that I think you're very attractive. Not I wanted to go F her brains out or that sort of stuff, because that's not appropriate, for one thing. Secondly, I don't have the right to do that, because there are women I meet who are in a relationship or whatever. But and this is, to be honest, this is something I've learned over 10 years of coming away from a very shy place, to be comfortable to say to a woman, I find you very attractive. I'm not saying that it means anything except I'm noticing something and saying it to you. Because when these guys are looking at this woman go by and they're laughing at each other and nudging each other, like basically ogling her from behind, and the either unspoken or blatant things that are said between them, are things about how they want to, jump her bones, ride her, take her to bed, all these different things that, I mean, they're sexual, maybe I won't say sexual harassment because they're not saying it to her, but it's got that energy inside of it. And so this does relate to the dating thing. I'll get back to that, so trust me, I'm getting back to that. There's this piece missing for men. Maybe it's because they've been trained this way. That to say to a woman face to face that I think you're very attractive, or I love that dress you're wearing, or you're very shapely, there are things you can say that are not sexual innuendos, that are not insulting, that are not brazen, but can be in integrity. Just be honest with her. And same for women to talk to men, by the way. It works both ways. A woman can go up to a man and say that, actually, funnily enough, it happened today, because on Sundays I dress up nice at Agape, because kind of the one day of the week I dress up. And I have some dress shirts and some shoes I happen to like a lot. And several women came up to me and were like, wow, I love those shoes. And it was like, thank you. It was kind of nice. Well, that was honest. That was reasonable. And it was approachable. And it wasn't agenda-laden. It was, simple. So putting it back onto the whole dating thing, which I started with, is if you could be that non-agenda based in your first date, because sometimes the whole reason why people pretend to be something they're not, and it may not be you, but somebody you know, is because there's an agenda. There's a need, there's a desire to have something happen. Well, if you can take on your idea of dating and relationships to be present with what is happening, to be present with what you're about, to be present in the moment and not have an agenda, you might just have a much healthier date. Because the biggest part of this is, first of all, you don't have to worry about remembering what you said in case you lied to them, made stuff up, or withheld data. Secondly, you can be more in the moment, in the flow, and actually be perhaps more pleasantly surprised by what happens on the date than you otherwise would have been, because you've been so attached to, so attached to having a fixed result that requires you having this circuitous and manipulative path to get there. If you can be transparent and be real in relationship, if you can be that transparent and actually have a clarity that in dating and in relationships, you can drop the walls and be real, you might just find you have a healthy relationship. Now, I just had this thought and I'll just drop it in the page. There are those sorts of people, those types of people, who have an agenda. And it may be a psychological dysfunctional agenda, where they want to get something from you for their own ill-gotten gains, or for their own ends, as it were. Be aware of that. Now, one thing I was going to say, as a added bonus of being transparent, is when you're being transparent and being real and being natural when you're out on dates, your sense of intuition and insight is much more present. In fact, your ability to detect things, to be aware of things, is much more real, basically. And by being that place of, transparent, but also being that place of authenticity, it's like turning on inside that detector button, that radio wave that will get you sensitive to what's happening and then able to respond and pick up things. Because there are people out there who might be dating you who have an agenda that is not healthy. There are narcissists, sociopaths, psychopaths, yes, manipulative people out there who are looking for dates to get their own ends. Now, if you're in your intuitive self, because you're being natural, you may actually be more able to detect, respond, and react to this in a way that will be safe. I should say, freeing you to be safe, as in you'll walk away, because you'll feel their agenda pressing on you, and you go, no, thank you. So there's a power in being real. There's a power in being transparent. There's a power in being authentic in relationship, in dating, that could free you and save you from a lot of hassle and harassment and challenges. Isn't that a good thing? I'm realizing that tonight's is kind of scattershot, but I think it comes together. I think it's all cohesive, sort of, kind of. My daily Facebook Lives, generally speaking, have some good content or maybe an agenda in them. This one had an idea to start with, and it's just sort of going over the map, and that's the way it is. So, simply put, being real, being authentic, being natural, being transparent when you're out on dates and when you're in a relationship will make your life much easier. And you'll have more wisdom, you'll be wiser. Yes, that was trying to say that. And more insights what's happening. So with that, I think that's it, to be honest. I mean, I'm basically just putting together this Facebook Live just to put it out there. So let me give you a quick review. I don't know what that means. Review of what I was talking about and what my intention is. These broadcasts, these Facebook Lives, if you haven't seen them before, are a daily expression of my beliefs, support, ideas, inspiration for you about love and relationships, about living authentically, about being masculine and feminine in your true essence, about how to attract the right relationship, all these different things, because that's my work. You can watch these broadcasts on my personal page, but you find them more collectively on my business page, which is Barry Selby, same as the one on my personal page. You can also see them on YouTube. I put them on my YouTube channel there as well, under Barry Selby, as well as putting them onto my on my website, which is barryselby.com. Yes, there's a theme here. The names are all the same. There's a reason for that, so you can find me online. I have a video blog on my website. You can find them all listed there. And these are intended to offer you insight, inspiration, and education around the area of love and relationships, living healthily, living positively, being whole, being attractive to what you want, and having a better time when it comes to love, relationships, and the opposite sex. Hope that helps. If you have any questions, please reach out to me on social media. Any comments below, if this makes any sense, please put some comments below. If you have a idea for a topic you want covered, send me a message over social media. I'm always open to new topics. I've been coming up with plenty. This is number 164. So far, so good. And there's plenty more to come after this. I'm going to keep going. So this is basically my daily Facebook Live. Later than usual, I'm a bit out of it. I had a busy day today, so maybe I'm not as coherent and clear as I could be. But I hope this has been helpful to you. So with that, thank you for watching. I invite you to please take care of yourselves, because that's one of my advice to everybody, is take care of yourself so you can take care of other people. And be good to yourself. You deserve it. From you and from your partner, whoever they may be. And I wish you well. Thank you for watching. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you again tomorrow.